So we got Koa out with some dogs. And what I would say with him is he can be kind of pushy with some of the obedience, meaning like when other dogs are around, he doesn't want to down necessarily. He doesn't want to go to the place bed. And so sometimes what that's coming from is just social dominance. So like he's more of a dominant dog than these two. Molly, this little doodle, is like the soft. She's like just like Maple, just so soft, so sweet, a little squirrely sometimes. And then Gus is like, he's not soft, but he's so neutral that he doesn't care whether someone's dominant or submissive. He's just gonna do his own thing. So with Koa though, he's definitely like between dog. This doesn't necessarily go for like dogs and people. This is more just dog to dog. There's dogs. If you were to look on a scale, you're going to have dogs that have more pack drive and dogs that have zero pack drive. So pack drive is the awareness of the other dogs, and you'll typically see dogs that are more investigative. So I would say he's pretty in the center on that. I don't think he's super pack driven, but I think you might be surprised. I think Maple is way more pack driven, but super submissive. She's very aware of where everybody is, and that's how Molly is. Molly is like, okay, I don't want to overstep. I need to make sure. Whereas Koa like sometimes cares and sometimes doesn't care. And then Gus, that golden over there, like has no pack drive. He just is just gonna go do his thing, regardless of the dogs. Like this, Koa is a new dog to him. He showed up today. Gus didn't even say hi. He's like, oh, it's a dog. Okay. So, like, hi, sorry, Koa. I didn't get the greeting. So Koa's kind of in the middle, but he is more on the dominant side than the submissive side. So pretty medium pack drive wise, but more dominant. There's this dog next door that has a squeaker ball, so that's more exciting than me, than all those dogs. But what I will say is the excitability linked with him is what you're seeing, like reactivity wise, probably on the walks, like the seeing other dogs, hearing that dog next door is squeaker toy. He's like, oh, I'm getting a little bit more excitable. And so how we treat that is we do a ton of focus work and a lot of impulse control. So I'm going to first start with focus. Koa, heel. Good, because I know right off the bat it's going to be harder, because when you're excited, it's hard to focus on one thing. So when he gets a little bit pushier is going to be in those states of mind when he's more excitable, or if he's out of practice. Like he hasn't done it with me in a long time, and so he was like all over the place when he got dropped off, which is fine, but he was like, I'm gonna pull Sarah through this doorway, and he has not done that to me probably ever, because when I started working with him, Dana had him for a minute, so he had pretty good boundaries with that kind of stuff. But getting out of practice, he's like, I'm getting tired. Koa, heel. Good. Especially with one person, whereas Koa, heel. So he wants to come in front just like Mabel did. Good. That's where you can kind of help him through this. So I would say he needs more one-on-one time with individual people in the house. Down. Because that practice is going to keep him in a better state of mind where he's not as excitable. Now, excitable doesn't mean happy. Excitable is more related to adrenaline, like somebody that's like on the extreme end of this, like somebody that robs a bank is full of adrenaline. But that doesn't mean that it's happiness. That's not joy. It's not the same type of emotion. So in dogs, there's a similar link to excitability and adrenaline, more so than excitability and happiness. So a lot of people, when the dogs are jumping or pulling on the leash, they are excited, and it could be happiness, but more than likely it's adrenaline than anything else. Koa, heel. Or what started out as happy led to crazy things. Koa, place. Good job. So just running them through this kind of stuff I'm doing individually and then bringing them together as well. Today I'm going to focus a lot more on the individual stuff just because it's a little bit easier with being out of practice with me. Koa, okay, good. Good job. Good heel. Good. Sometimes heeling in the grass is harder because that's where the dogs use the restroom, and so he wants to sniff. So these left-hand turns, I would say both of them need a ton of practice on. They both want to come in front of me. Koa for different reasons than Maple. Maple wants to heel. Koa, heel. See, as I turn left, he kind of is like, oh, that's hard. I need to lay down. Him, it's more of a bossiness thing. With her, it's more appeasement. I need to get in front of you because this is hard. Don't make me do this. With him, it's more, I'm just going to kind of bulldoze through you. Good job, buddy. But it's good because it teaches respect of my personal space, which helps a lot on the walks. Heel. Good. Good job. Koa, down. Good. Okay. Okay, Koa. Good job, buddy. Oh my gosh, Molly, see, she's like, something's happening. I need to come over and make sure that I'm still the most submissive dog here. So, yep. Whereas Koa's like, okay, whatever, man. And Gus, notice he didn't come join the fun. So, it's interesting. But that excitability and adrenaline link is, and the bossiness is what we're seeing with him. And then with Maple too, her frantic state of mind. So yeah, good job.